G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to me special video. This is a video I'm doing on some digital art on a program I have in my iPad called Procreate. And in this video I'm just going to show you how you can turn, let's say you want to create a caricature for marketing purposes or merchandise branding. This is a simple way you can turn a photo of yourself or someone popular into a caricature. Okay, meaning like a cartoon figure or so to speak. All right. So on the iPad we have our Procreate. These are all albums I have in here. I've got some stacked and some not. Stacked means you can have a few in the one. Now over here, that's one I'm working on at the moment. This one here of the girl in a bikini. Okay, now I'm going to show you. I'm making a caricature of myself. Okay, and I want it in my, where are they? Here it is here. So what you do, you import a photo, okay? You go to here and it'll go to your album within your device. I've already got the photo. So when you press your photo, there it is there, and it'll bring it forward. Okay, that's going to be my caricature. So what I need to do, over here we have a pencil, we have a smudging tool, we have a rubber, and we have layers. Okay, so you're going to add a layer. Okay, I'll get rid of that one. I've already got one here. Now this circle here is your colors, your palettes. Okay, I've got some saved. Every time you're on a color, you can save it. Let's say this one here. You just go bang and it's there. Now I'm going to delete that. So I'll hold over it and delete. I don't need it because it's already there. I've picked that color. Okay, go back to here. Make sure I'm on the right layer, which is that one. Now I'm going to turn it on. I've already quickly scribbled in over all my skin area. Okay, and then I'll go to the rubber, and then I'm going around. I get this, and it's got an opacity tool, so you can make it light or dark. I go light, back to the rubber, so I can see the edge of my arm and my face, and I'm rubbing out all of that. Okay, I'll come back to the layers, I'll take that off, and then I can just come in and then finish rubbing out the overside of that line. Now over here is a tool that adjusts the size of your tip. See it? When I'm rubbing out, I don't want it too fat in case I rub out something. Let's say you go, oh, I made a mistake. There's an arrow here that goes back or redoes it. Now let's just say you're rubbing out. There's also another, oh, I made a mistake. 2 fingers or 3 fingers. 2 fingers, it takes it away. 3 fingers, put them back. It's the same as these 2 here. Okay, but we're going to take that mistake away, 2 fingers, and keep rubbing out. So I'm going to rub out all these outside edge lines here. Okay, then I'll get back to it. Okay, I've finished rubbing out the outside over marked edges, so you can see I'm left with the skin tone in its areas. Back to the layers here, I'll put the photo back and I can take that away and you'll see what I'm going to do. So I've got the skin colors here. Now I want a white shirt. All right, so the skin is one layer. You always got to add another layer. Now when you add that new layer, I'll get rid of it to show you. That's how you get rid of it. Whatever one you are on, like that's the photo or this one, let's go back to that one. Whatever one you're on, when you add the new layer, it'll go on top of that. Okay, now I'm going to add the shirt. So I want the shirt over the skin. So I'm going to hold it and I can move it above it if you've got to move them around. So let's find a shirt color. So I've got other colors here saved. You can create colors and save them. Here we go here. What do we got? And if you're using a palette for one painting, like I might use where's the skin tone? That one there. I'm going to set that as default. So every time I go back to the palette, that's going to be there. Now see the color you're on, that's where it is. Let's just say we've got this color here. That's where we are. That's the color. Now you can move this left or right, it'll make it dark and lighter, and it'll tint it and shadow it up and down here. Fantastic. Back out of there. Now I want to find a shirt color. I want white, but I don't want pure white, so I'm going to go for pretty much this color here. I've already got it. Come back to the layer. There's my new layer ready to go. So I've got to go and colour in the shirt now. Let's just make the head a bit bigger. When you're doing this, oh, that's a bit too big, but anyway. See, this is over the skin one. So when I rub these areas out, I'm only rubbing out what's on this layer, which is the white paint colour. So my skin tone's going to stay there. That's on the one underneath. If you do everything on the one layer, you're going to have trouble, and you're going to find you're going to have to paint and rub out with in between the lines. Okay, on 2 fingers I'll get rid of all that, and then we'll start again. So I'm going to get the tip at appropriate height, and I'm going to just, where are we, go to pencil. I'll quickly, that's a bit too wide, you dag. Oh, now it's a bit too thin. I'm just going around the edge of my shirt, just roughly. 2 fingers moves it, and pinching it in and out. You turn this around. You don't have to turn your whole hand around or your body. You're just turning this around. It's like your piece of paper you're drawing on. Now I'll go back here. I'll undo those other 2. I can see here what I've got to colour in. Layers work on top of and behind. You've got to work out what layer is going to be in front and behind the other one, okay? Otherwise you can find yourself in trouble. And if you're trying to rub something out, make sure you're on that layer to rub that part out, because if you're not, you'll be wondering, why ain't it rubbing out? Okay. So my shirt colour is completed. Now I'll go back to the layer, put the skin back on. Oh, we can see some areas that are missing. So we're on the skin colour, the shirt colour there. So let's, back. Let's keep colouring that in where we're missing out. There we go. Fine. Okay. Now we're going to go to the shirt colour. Go to the N and get it light. Okay, you can see now where the skin is meeting the shirt. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. We'll go back to the rubber, make sure the nozzle's the right width you want. And now I'm going to rub, undo that, 2 fingers. I've got to rub what's on the skin away now. So we're going to rub it to the shirt there. We're rubbing away. So what I'll do is I'll go right to the edge again, like I did with the skin. So I can quickly just get the fine edge done, and then turn the layer off so I can do it quicker. So I'm just going to go around the edge like this now and get the shirt colour, the over painted onto the skin, off. Now we also want to put the photo back. The shirt opacity has been turned down, just so we can get the edge line of the shirt in as well. Okay, somewhere there like that. Okay, I've done all the edges. Now I'll take the shirt photo away. I can zoom in. I'm on the rubber. Now I'm just going to quickly rub out the rest of all of this, and then we have the shirt and the skin color mapped in on their own separate layers, ready to start putting lines and any other detail you want. Now I'm rubbing out over this skin because that's a separate layer, but if I accidentally rub in the shirt like that, it's going to rub it out because I'm on that layer. 2 fingers undoes your mistake, remember? Now if you're doing a lot without lifting your pen, be sure to recharge it by lifting it off and going again, because if you do so much and you've done just a littlest mistake and you undo it, you've undone everything you've previously done before you've lifted your pen. So if you're doing like this and you think you're going good, lift your pen up, you pretty much reboot it. I can see a bit undone there, so I'll go back to the pencil, back to the rubber. And get all this in there. Now see here as I've zoomed in, see that skin bit's not going to rub out because I'm not on that layer. See as I've got something, I'll go back to the pencil, I can find, well, undo it, it's a bit fat. I can fine tune it to the skin area there, okay? Look at that. Back to the rubber, and we're rubbing all this paint that went onto the skin area. There we go, all the way around here. Good fun, this. And see, I'm sitting in the one spot, and I'm moving the actual picture around, zooming in. It's great for getting detail. I'll show you with that later on. Get that way down there. Now, where these two colours meet, this side and the blue side, don't be too particular, because when we put the line on, don't forget this is a caricature, so it's going to have black outlines there. That's going to marry the two together. So we're pretty much finished all that. There. This is, okay, down here's a bit we forgot. So we'll rub that out. This is how I do it. There's probably quite a few artists on YouTube. Back to pencil, finish that blue in there that was missed out. And this here looks a bit dicky, so we'll get that around there like that. And then rub it out properly. There we go. Okay, now we've got the shirt and the skin. Now we'll bring up the layers again. Let's go back to the photo. Okay, we've got the shirt colour. We want a darker colour of what we just used to get some creases in there, okay? So let's go back to our colours. Which one did I use? See, I've clicked that as a default, but I should have used this one here because I think that's the colour there. So we'll use this as a default, okay? Now we want a darker colour, so you can just bring that colour up. Come to down here, classic. You got a wheel to change it, or the classic. I like this because where it is, there's the colour on this side, what we've already got down here in this circle. Now I'm going to move this around any old way, and you can see the colour on the right, how dark it's going. So I want it about maybe there, okay? Go back to your palette, the one you're using, dot it on there so you won't forget it. It's pretty much similar to that, so that's all right. But if you're starting from scratch, you put it on there, okay? Now let's go back to layers. You can do this on the same shirt layer, but if you make a mistake, you're going to be rubbing out some of the shirt colours itself. So you're on that layer, let's create a new one. All right, back to the pencil, zoom in, and we're pretty much going to find some of these shadows here, okay? Boom, bitty, boom, boom. They're just, which will be making up everything. My massive arms have created folds in the shirt on my arm there, so we'll get by with that. And we just, now it's up to you what style you end up creating your caricature, whether it becomes semi-realistic or just full-on fantasy looking. And we got some darker values here. Now I'm just going to show you what that looks like. We'll take the photo away. Bang, you can see what's happening with the shirt, okay? Now with this smudge tool, I'm not going to use it in this, but when you're doing realistic ones, you've got a smudge tool. You can judge the tip size here, and watch what that does. That blurs things like you're blending. And what it does, if I'm in the white, it'll bring the white into the blue. I'll undo it. Or if I'm in the blue, it'll bring the blue into the white. I've learnt it works that way. Okay? But we're not going to do that on this. This is just a caricature. I don't want it looking too realistic. I want it to have that cartoony look. I'm still undoing it. I'll use this one. There we go. That's it. So I want to do that with the rest of the shirt dark colours. Okay. Okay, I've done the shirt colour there. I'll take the photo away from there. Now it looks a bit liney. Okay, don't worry if you go over the skin colour, you can rub that out. Now these colours here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make them a bit more
neater, because with the photo there it can balk you a bit. I find it does. Now just remember, if you're following any artist, they have their own ways and they're virtually teaching you what works for them, okay? So just because it works for them, this is working for me, it might not work for yourself. You might have to adjust accordingly to work whatever I'm teaching, so it's going to suit you, okay? There we go, down there. I'm just sort of making this a bit more detailed. Now there's the arm there. I'll go to the rubber. Because the skin's on another layer, it's not going to rub out the arm, and it's not going to rub out the white because I'm not on that layer either. I'm only on this dark blue shadowed colour layer, so it's only going to rub out that colour. So that's why you add different layers for appropriate colours. Where do I want the blue again? So I'm getting all this bit more neater here, neater. I'm not worried if I go over the skin a bit. So this way, it doesn't matter if you go over the lines, you just quickly come back and tone it down, the underside out so you can see it and colour it in better. You got me? It doesn't have to be exact, just something close to those layers will give the illusion that it's looking like the garment, the folds in them and everything like that. Now some people might think, I've had someone comment on Facebook that it's just not the same pizzazz as normal art, which is true, but believe me, you try digital art, it's just as hard as normal art, or if not even more difficult, okay? It's not a real paintbrush and you're not working with real textures, but you're creating an image and it takes a bit of a skill to learn. I'm going to finish that now, what I'm doing here, and I'll get back to you. So I've finished detailing that darker shadow crease there. Now I want to go back to the layers, add the photo back. The layer I was just on, I want to press the N and lower the capacity just so I can see where the lines are, where I've went over, where I can rub out. So see here, get the rubber, I'm on the rubber, make sure the tip is the right size and rub that out. Twist it around. Oh my God, look at the size of that arm there, it's huge. I'll get by, there we go. Jesus, it takes so long painting my arms. That's fine there. Is that blue colour? Yes, that's some of it. Some of the white there. And what's there? Okay, we've done that. We can put the opacity back to that, go back to the layer, remove the frame. Now we'll put the picture back, and now we need a little bit, another more tint there for that. So I like to use 3, and I'm going to show you with the skin colour here. When I do the skin, I can show you here on the palettes. I've got 1, 2, 3 that way or 3 that way. I've got the main skin colour, and I've got 2 different, a medium and a dark. Same with the shirt now. What I'm going to do, I'm doing the same method. I've got the shirt and I've got the shadow and the tint colours there I'd like to add to it. So let's go back to the shirt colour, which was that. Was that the dark one? Yes, that's the dark colour. Undo that. So now we want a darker one again, which is this one here probably. Let's click on him. Let's just see the difference in that. Yeah, that's a bit darker, but I like to go a bit darker. So let's go here to the classic. That's the colour it's already locked on. Let's go a bit darker. Down over this way. You can see the difference now, okay? Go back to the palettes. Put that colour in there. It's pretty similar to that, probably a bit darker. Okay? Now we're going to go back to the layers, and to see where we're putting the darker ones, we put that back. Now let's just see what this is hiding. We want a few more darker bits within there, okay? So we'll turn that one down. Now we're on that last layer, so we're going to add another one now, added for these finer, like I'll show you. define, this is just defining the real depth and creases within everything there. Okay, like that. Around the neck, it's the real deep if we take the photo away, you'll get an idea what's happening here, you see. I can leave the photo away, I probably don't need it because I want to work on the actual, and I want to come down in here. I want that a bit dark within that corner, so we'll probably just darken that up there. So we can come here like this, darken it up, that'll do. I want to come back later and rub that over bit off the arm there. See here? Bit of darkness there. There was darkness within this line coming down the seam of the shoulder. Boom. You're creating all of this. Okay, you don't have to go to this detail with a caricature. I do find that I get carried away sometimes. So this is defining the actual chest, the bulkness of the chest. And this, another arm here, it's so huge, I don't know. We're getting some darker bits within here. Just add some more charisma. I hope that sounds better. I just realised I didn't have my mic plugged in. So there we go. I'll take that away, making sure everything's back to its original opacity, and you'll get an idea how it's coming along. Photos taken away. That's what we're up to so far. I mean, it is a white shirt, but in here it looks a bit all bluey. See here, we're on the right layer. We've got to go to the rubber. We've got to go to that layer, dull it down. Whatever colour you're rubbing out, that's the one I dull down. And see there where I went over the skin. I'm just going to rub that out and fine tune it back into that corner of the arm. Look at the size of it, eh? It's amazing. Look at how much time it takes to rub just that area of the arm away. My goodness. Okay. This is all going to have black lines on it. I'll just show you as an example. The black is what you want on top of every layer. So let's zoom in. Let's say this arm, for instance. Go to the layer, add the photo. The skin is balking you, so that's what you want to dull down. There we go, there we go. Just so you can see the detail of the lines. Just do a visual on how thick your pencil is. Well, that's not bad. I'll undo it with 2 fingers or the back button. I could go a little bit skinny. You don't want it too skinny. And then I want to, boom. This just gives you where you don't know where things are going. When you know where they're going, like now, I'll turn the photo off and come over to here. Because see, I don't want blue in between there. I'll undo that. Boom. Turn the photo off again because I undone it. Then I can use this pen and map it in. I don't think I'll worry about portraying the tattoos on this caricature. That's how it's spelled. You're doing a character of yourself. It's a caricature. Okay. You know, like a cartoon version. Now, And we got our shirt here. Boom. Boom. This starts bringing the picture home. Oh, what's happened there? See what it's doing? There's so many different ways and styles to do this. I've done a lot of line art as well of my sons, something you can print out and hang on the wall. Whoa, no, that's the wrong. Need some definition there. Yeah, look at that. I don't know, I'll have to fix it. I want that arm to look the real size. I don't want to rob people of the size. Bernard's just got my attention. He wants something to eat. These black lines cut everything in and really home it up. You see what they're doing? What I will do with the hands, I'll get off there, you, is I'll get the outline on there, but these will actually be the purple gloves. So I'll just make out like that's the glove there. This is going to be the outside of it, but this will be the glove, okay? I'll get rid of that, that's a bit done there. Because I'll get the purple, make another colour and colour that all in the purple to my signature glove. And I might just do, I'll get this bit looking a bit more real over here. So I'll rub that out, get the pencil back, and get the glove. There we go. That's a bit better. I've got something there. Okay, that will be the glove. Not too happy with that. Oh, wrong one. There we go. I'll work the glove out later. Now watch how I put the glove in. The glove's going to be under that black. I don't want it on top of that black. It'll look wrong. So that's the black there. So I want it under there, and it's going to be on top of that. So I'll go to this layer, which will put it, let's put it down there. Now let's go and find an appropriate color for my glove. So we can scroll up here and look for something that's reasonably, what color are my gloves? They're pretty much a bluey, this color here. Let's see how that's going to look. Get the tip a bit bigger for a test run. Yep, that's fine. Okay, I'll undo that and get the tip to the appropriate size there. I'll zoom in and then we'll color this in. Now it doesn't matter if I go over that black line a little bit, so long as I don't go too far and into the blue there, okay? Because the black line is going to sit on top of this, remember? So I'll go a little bit smaller. It's a bit big there. And then I'm going to colour this in, or the black area for my glove within those black lines. Alright. And that's just put my signature glove on my hand. Okay, we've finished the hand glove. If you're ever having a break, you need an Apple Pencil for this as well. You get an adapter to plug this into the wall socket, or you can just simply plug it into the side socket of your actual iPad. While you're having a break, it pays to do that. It's very quick to charge the iPencil. The actual iPad. They take a lot longer to charge than an iPhone, I've found. So we can see where we're getting with this so far and how it's going to look. Okay. Now, continuing with the black, I've done the black outside there. We're going to come along here. I'm just pretty much, do that again. I'm pretty much doing the black outline to the shirt everywhere. And what you can do, or what I like to do as well, I'll come to the edge of the shirt and show you. I'm going to bring some of the, oh, hang on a minute. Is that in front? Yeah, that's on top. I've got to go to this layer here, silly bugger. I was on the wrong layer. I'm going to bring some of these lines on top as well. Okay? Just to accentuate them. Around there, the sleeve. Some of these. Okay. And down here we could probably put one down there, one there, one there. Alright. Where are we? Might as well put this here as well. Get that accentuated, get some up in there. Fine tune it as much as you want and then move on to the next stage. The next stage is going to be the face. The face is this. You've got the face there. Now I've got the black. Let's go to a layer. We can keep the, I don't know if you could see that there. That is all the black outline. We can keep the face outline with the same layer. So we're going to pretty much go to the skin color, tone it down a bit more so we can see a bit more of the face detail. There we go, look at that. And when you zoomed in, you can also see bits here that you might have to tune up with later on once we take the photo away. Now I've got the black, the tip, let's see the size I want. Not too bad. I probably want to go a little bit thinner because I'd like to start with the lips first. And because it's a piece of art, alright, my top lip's a bit sunken in and very thin. So for the painting's sake, I'll go a little bit bigger. So I'll bring it up here. Some of the settings, watch this. I'm pressing soft, then heavy. Soft again. They're pressure controlled. See the way it did that? And when you know that, you can come along and go very fine and then heavy up. And then the bottom lip somewhere here. Does that look like my lip? No, that bottom one's a bit wrong. Something's not quite right there. I think this bit here is wrong, so I'm going to rub it out and just go again back to the pencil. There we go, and I've got that bit of a thing going on there. Now I've got my chin line there. Now the nose, I like to just keep it simple. I don't like to try and find all the lines and details and try and get it perfect. Forget that. If anything, I normally do the wings, the nostrils, and then the point. So I'll show you what I mean by that. The wings, the nostril, the point, the wings, and then you'll darken those bits up. That's what I'm going to do in my approach to the nose. Come on. So I know my nostrils is about here, so I'll get my nostrils in. That's all I want. Okay, zoom back a bit so you can get a grasp of where you are. And then we just want the wings, and the simple rhino crown there. That's me nose, alright? When you take the photo away, you'll see what's happening. So back with the face, we just got these cheek creases there. I'll put that chin one back because I fixed things up there. I mean, I've got a bit of a turkey neck going on there, but I don't need to be that graceful with myself, so I'll just put the actual outline in.
Around there, come over here. I'm going in front of the ear because it's a caricature, a cartoon like, so I'm not going to go for detail. I'm just going for general outlay. I can do the ears when I turn the photo off. Okay, now the eyes, I've got a point there and a point there. That's what I want to match. Okay, so I tread softly. I try and get there. There we go. Give it a bit of an eyelid, bit of an under. Find that eye, darkening him up the top there. The top of an eye always has a shadow. We can darken that in there. Okay. And oh, that looks a bit scary. I can't see much of an eyebrow there, so I'll put one in within reason of how my eyebrows are. I've got that distinct line there. Now let's see what that eye looks like. Looks a bit sad, so I'll do that again. Rub it out. Oh, there we go. I went way over the line. Sometimes you've got to trial and error. There we go. That's a little bit better. How's that look for an eye? Take the photo away and have a look. That's better. Looks more like me. Now we got the same here. There. And a bit of an eyebrow that's not really there, but I'm putting one there for the art's sake. So we pretty much got that going on. And then we'll start doing the hair. I always like to put this little thing in as well. I don't know what they're called, but they've got a name. You know that lip above the lip? Now let me show you with the skin colour as well. Back to the skin. I'll put that over there so you can see it. Back to the skin. You can now darken it the tone you want. See? Just the skin. About there. And you can see the caricature coming to life. I'll detail the eyes and put the hair on. Just colouring the eye in black, and I'll just get a simple white and highlight. Go back to the palettes there, just a simple white, maybe an off-white, and just give it the, I don't know, slightest. Is that too much? Yeah, that's too much on that one. There we go. Brought the eyes to life. And also I like to paint, now with the eyes and lips, I do them on their own layer. So let's go to this layer here. Where's the skin? We'll go down to the skin. We'll just put it on top of the skin. So I'll add the layer, and it's brought the new one just above that. So every other layer here is on top of it, but that's not important so long as the line layers are on top of the skin. Now we'll go to a paint. We'll find a simple red for the skin. There we go. Now don't worry if the skin tone's too bright for your lips. I'll show you what you can do with that. So we'll get it in there. So it's underneath those lines, not on top of those lines, okay? Get a little bit of white, off-white preferable, and just put the slightest bit of light hitting the bottom lip like so. That'll do. Now look at that lip, very bright and juicy red, so we'll tone that down. Oh, let's zoom in so you can see what happens to the lips. Go to the N and we'll just get it to a tone. That'll do, somewhere about there. Now the eyes look a bit dead. Let's fix the eyes up. So what I like to do is, I've already got white, so we'll just colour in around here white. Okay, just around the eye there and in here. There we go. Simple. Now we're ready to put the hair on. Go to the layers, turn the photo back on. The skin is balking what I can see in the hair, so I'll go to the skin colour layer, go to the N and get the opacity and bring it down. There we go. Bring it down, that's it. Now we've got a new layer. No, we need to make a new layer for the hair, but we don't want, we want the line as the last layer.
So we can put the hair probably on top. We'll put it, I'll go there, add a new layer. Now go to some colours. And what am I going to use for my hair colour? I used one before. Is it still in here? I think that'll do it. Pretty much these two and that one. Okay, so, or was it these ones here? And I'll use these two and that one for the brightness. Okay, so let's start colouring in the hair. Oh no, I want those two as the, and this one here. That's pretty much that colour, isn't it? Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. So what I'm going to do, get off there, I'm going to go to the hair. The hair's on its own layer. I'm just going to go, get the thing way up there. I'll just go to the outline here and roughly put in the hair where I want it. See how that black line's in front of it? Because the black line's going to be the outlining of all of the whole caricature at the end. So there's the hair. Now we can get the hair, turn it down. There we go. We're on that hair layer, grab the rubber and then start rubbing out the appropriate areas where you don't need the hair, which is there. And we're pretty much going to grab the ends like this, make the ends nice and hairy. So we'll come in there like that. And it gets a reasonable portrayal of the person you're trying to characterize in this image here. Now these digital art pieces, I find they take a lot of time once you've, I'm not that full experienced on them, but from the amount I've done on it, that still takes a while. But the more you do of them, the better you become, the more you understand the actual tools within the app. Okay, so there's the hair. Now, see all this dark colour here? That's pretty much what I've just put on. I'll show you by taking the photo away. It's pretty dark. Now what you can do, you've taken the photo away, zoom in and just, well, sorry, on the rubber, go to the pencil. Fill in all the little spots you might have missed. And fine tune it to the caricature finishing product you want, not to trying to match the photo. So I'll bring some hair down here, like so. That'll do. Now the hair, that's its full darkness. That's just the dark bits. Now we'll do the next colour. So we'll add a new layer for that. Go down here. Now where did I have those colours? Bomb, bomb. Here they are. These two here. So I've got to go back to the layer, go to this one and turn it down so I can see through it. Bring the photo back so we can see where we're going to highlight it now. So go back to our layer. Boom, boom. Back to our layer. So we're on our new layer. Now we go to the colour and we're going to put this one in now. So what I want to do, we'll zoom in and we'll try and hit all our layers, highlights, darker values and lighter values within the hairstyle. Okay, it's coming here. There's lots of darks left in there. That's why I did the darks first. I know my hair loops around there. I sort of know how my hair is because I cut it myself. Yes, cut it myself. Now we got some bits out here. It's a bit all over the place there, but we'll get there. And you can see all the lighter values that we're trying to touch within here. I'm not doing it exact, but within reason of it. I mean, that black line might not have to go all the way there. Now you'll see when we take the photo away, let's put our skin back so we could see there. Well, and then grab our hair color and put back. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is come back to the layer I was working on. Get there. I'm on it. Now come to the picture as it is, and then I want to just bring that more. I hope you can see that. Yes, you can. Because this is the main hair here, not all that darker value. The darker value is just the darker value. And then I've got one more tone. If anything, I can just highlight this subtly. I'll just do that all the way down there like that, because I'd like to have this as a reasonable, recognizable image of myself, just so it can go on any type of merchandise or anything like that. Okay, that's what these caricatures are handy for. If you've got a recognizable character or something you want to put with your merchandise, this is a perfect thing you can get and put. Like, let's just say you're selling something and it needs your character on there. This can be your logo, your character, your brand. Now we're going to add the final highlight to the hair. So we're back there, we've got the dark, the medium. Now we're going to go for the highlight. We'll add a new layer. We're ready to start. Come down to the colors, and it's this one here. Bang. This is going to really make the light hit the hair. So I don't need the photo for this. I just want to. Now I'm finding it's not quite bright enough, so I'll get that on the classic palette there. And see here, we'll make it brighter. Let's see what's looking. There we go. Down. That's looking a bit brighter to me. Good. I'll just stick it in there. Now let's see the difference that made. Where are we? Still not bright enough. Alright, I've found some that's just a bit brighter. I've just changed it up a bit, brightened it up a bit, and we'll just get this. Not everywhere, just bits and pieces. Just where the light's hitting it. Some of it can dribble into those darker areas. I'll just show you what I mean. So I'll get it mainly here. And just some can dribble in the darker areas like that. Now see this mold here? I'd like to, that's what I do, I like to just, and then just do a little bit hitting across the middle of that band there. And then we can maybe just finish a piece there. See what that's done? It's just highlighting that value that we've added, that colour, that shade, whatever. Now where the hair is hitting the head, we've got to put a bit of dark under there so it doesn't look like it's floating on top of my forehead. I don't want everyone to think I'm wearing a wig. I might think, oh, his hair's not real, it's a wig. You better not sneeze, it'll fall off. Alrighty. So what I want to do, I've gone back to that hair colour here in that layer. I've turned that one on and I've got that colour back. Now just where the hair is over my forehead, I'm going to do this. Now because it's in its own layer, it's going to sit underneath that highlight I did there. There we go, and we're just shadowing it appropriately. Makes the other hair sit down on top of my forehead. Boom, get that in there. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. Just looks like it's natural now. I tell you what, I don't have black eyebrows, but it's a caricature. So now we're going to finish off the hair. Okay, where are we? I'm just putting some here and there outlines around the hair. I don't want to do a thick hard line around it, but just certain bits that indicate bits of hair popping out. I'm putting them in there. There we go. I'll take that last one off. How's that looking? That's okay, that'll do. So you can see now I've got a caricature of myself, and you can detail that as much as you want or leave it to the simplicity of what it is. Like, I can put darker elements within the inside of the ear, within the face, but I like to keep it simple. Stupid, kiss it. Alright, now on this program you can go to this wrench here and you can share it. I usually send it to myself in Facebook as a JPEG. Okay, so it's exporting. I can send it to my photo album. I'm going to send it to Messenger. That way it's going on to my Facebook platform in my Messenger as a file sent. And I pretty much use Facebook as the clouds. Tap that. And now that is being sent to my Messenger, and I can print that out, and then I can put my logo on there, my watermark of my name, whatever I want. I can put that on my merchandise if I'm happy with it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Now I can just show you, we've got the photo. Take all these off. Where something's missing there, these two. There's the photo. Okay, now all those layers, you can blend them into one. I don't like doing it, but you can merge them all into one, so they're the one layer. Now you just turn them on and off. So now I'm going to take that away, and these are the layers that I've done the caricature in: the shirt and the glove and the hair, and the black outline. Okay.
Okay, I hope you learnt something from that digitally enhanced layout using Procreate there. It's a lot of fun and it takes a lot of practice as well, but that's pretty much how you get yourself a character out of a photo, building up the layers and knowing what to put in front and behind each other and learning what works better for you. Every artist is different, all right? Hope you enjoyed watching this video. And like I say, if you like what I'm doing, tell your friends, but if you don't, tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.